Okay, starting over now. Hi, I'm Elysia Arntzen. I've applied for this position 5 times before and lost. Like I just said before we had to restart, if anyone in the future does this, I will be giving them a medal upon their 6th time applying for this position. I'm going to open the floor to questions in just a second. First, 2 things I would like to say. Don't ask me if I'm going to fuck up the game, because I'm not going to. If you have an actual concern, ask me about that instead so that you get the specific answer you're looking for. Also, you can't have money of any sort, $5, $1, so be it. So also don't ask me that question. Essentially, just keep your questions to a serious nature and I'll answer as much information as I can in the next 9:16. All right, any questions? Yeah.
How do you plan on balancing humans and zombies?
As far as mission complexity, as keeping the curve.
Without making one side completely OP, without giving just
so kind of balancing the numbers throughout the game is what you're talking about? Okay, yeah. I definitely am a proponent of the slow curve, which we actually saw in this game, which made me really happy. The last time it was actually, the lowest ever was Farouk Abdurrashid's game, which I actually got to be a mod for, and most of you probably weren't even students here at that time. But how we did that at the time was by balancing the number of OZs we had with how many players we had. This past game it worked pretty well because only Kyle got kills the first day. I definitely think that starting it out correctly is kind of the way to make sure that the zombies don't just explode right off the bat. And then as well, not punishing the zombies if they do grow too fast. By making giving the zombies more things to do that aren't necessarily killing humans, because when you have a slow curve, you can tell them, hey, just go kill humans, and it works really well. When you have a fast curve going, telling the zombies to kill humans is kind of going to make your game go really, really fast. Also, I am not above making the game shorter for the sake of having a good final mission. I think that we've had really bad final missions in the past, and part of that is just if you don't have enough humans at the end, like my first game playing, we had 1 human show up at the very end of the mission. It's better to end the game slightly early if you see that happening. Does that answer your questions?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
What are your qualifications exactly to run the HvZ game?
Okay, well first off, I've been a moderator twice. The first time I actually got a lot of input into the game, second time was not so much. I ran the Dusk Till Dawn game this past semester. I'd like to think this is going to be not necessarily a piece of cake, but I will probably get more sleep over the course of the week than I did that night. I got to work through the whole fixing problems on the fly thing. In addition to that, I also teach 2 classes, well, it's 1 class, 2 sections, here at Ball State. So, talking in front of people has never been an issue for me. Keeping a group of people more or less on task has never been an issue for me. And, just other than that, I've worked a lot with groups in the past. And, as far as getting a group of moderators together, scheduling things, the management side of it, I have no issue with.
What about the people side, like dealing with the players that might have problems with your game?
Dealing with so rage, player rage type issues?
Yes.
All right, I am definitely a proponent of not getting into fights with someone who is already angry. This past game, I didn't really notice too much raging. Probably because there wasn't, or because the zombie side was chill. I'm not sure why. But whenever you have players raging, I think it's always a better idea to kind of let them rage and then follow up afterwards and determine, hey, was it an actual game problem you had that you need to talk to me about, or was it just an issue with another player? If it was an issue with another player, talking to both parties is, necessary. If it was a game problem, once they've cooled down, they can talk to me about it, and I would go to my team, fix, hey, one of the human players got really mad that the zombie sometimes dropped 4 minutes this mission. We probably shouldn't do that again type thing. Kind of goes into the changing things on the fly, but also I do have mediating experience. I was actually trained at a very young age. Also grew up with a lot of siblings, so mediating people is a strength of mine, actually. Listen.
Do you have any mods in mind?
I actually don't. I don't want to pick the mod staff before getting elected. I have one moderator in mind, Jacob Burbrink, because I was actually planning on running in this as an ARG over the summer. It turned out to not really work because I realized there wouldn't be a lot of people here, and so I kind of scratched that idea, and Burbrink was one of my mods for that. I was going to ask him to apply, and then after that I was hoping that I could have him take applications and remove the name for me, so that I'm looking at these person's qualifications, kind of answer the questions I have and give me like a letter of why you should be a moderator, what you can bring to the table. I definitely don't want to just pick friends, and I'd like people to have a fair shot and be able to pick them unbiasedly. Eric again.
What is an ARG?
Alternate reality game, actually. This is something that Paul Starr used to do when he was here. He's done a few of these, where you kind of place clues into the environment and have people, meet with NPCs, and it's very a slow-moving type thing. It's not like you go out to missions. You'll have encounters with people along the way. You might have to pick up things. You have like kind of mini missions, but it's nothing like this. It's more of a drawn-out process. Might just want to Google that actually, but it does involve a lot of puzzles and stuff, which is something that I'm going to be incorporating into the game. I think Tyler was actually next.
All right. Holy cow. Let's really spacing. Go to the other person.
Nope. Okay. AJ.
Were you planning on having this to be like a sequel to your Dusk Till Dawn, or okay?
No, actually, Dusk Till Dawn. I had decided I didn't want to run my main game as a Dusk Till Dawn because I had planned out a certain number of missions that I wanted to use, and I was like, well, this wouldn't work for Dusk Till Dawn. And so instead of using my game, I got all my moderators together and was like, hey guys, let's collaborate on this. So really this has absolutely nothing to do with Dusk Till Dawn. I did throw out a few clues, about the game, because I did plan on running this at some point somehow, even if it had to get translated into the next Dusk Till Dawn, but yeah, definitely nothing to do with it. Sarah.
Do you have any time constraints for next semester? Will you have enough time to plan and organize your game?
Yeah, okay, so first off, I actually have a lot of this mapped out already. Not down to the T like the players must do this, but kind of, here's a few things that I want to see happen throughout the course of the game. I have a few mission ideas in mind. But again, I'm flexible with, making sure this is, changes according to what players we have, numbers, curve, that sort of thing. As far as what I have, like what I'm gonna be busy with next semester, it actually is looking a lot easier than this semester. 10 credit hours. One of those is an academic class, and the rest are lesson type things. I only have things to do on Tuesday and Thursdays. So, after my stuff on Thursday, I have nothing to do until the next Tuesday. So I am actually totally available for the weekend. But yeah, as far as planning, again, I only have things to do on Tuesday and Thursday. Meeting with mods will be pretty easy considering I'm done at 6, even on those days. Jules.
All right, 2 things. One, this last game that Alex did was one where it was the one where he ran with the idea that this is one that humans can win. But I know in a lot of games, it's kind of felt like one of those. The zombies are going to win. You just kind of got to wait for it and watch it happen. What is your plan for this one? Is this going to be another just zombie murder spree, or is this going to be one where humans can actually win?
My philosophy on this, and I'm just going to be completely blunt, is that I don't think humans should ever win. I think that making the last mission possible for humans it has to be possible for the humans, otherwise it's not fun. But I don't think that it's fair to everybody who turns zombie. I think at the point when the humans win, you really have lost if you were a zombie. And I don't ever want to see that happen. I do, however, believe in having a really slow zombie propagation so that that last mission is a really epic way to die. And if a couple people manage to survive, I would rather downplay that and not have everyone else feel like a loser for, not killing all the humans. Does that make sense to you? Having played this game for 7 years now, I used to think that I wanted the humans to win, but I don't anymore. Not that I will make it impossible. Tyler, last question?
Oh, okay. You have 3 seconds.
Let her go.
Wait for his question? or-
There's two things. Okay, can I still ask?
Should I wait for him? Okay.
Okay. I have two complaints about HvZ. My first one is that a lot of the time the HvZ games can become fairly predictable, and like you know what the mission's gonna be like. There's gonna be a scavenger hunt. There's gonna be a big hole point one night. There's gonna be a final. And my other complaint is that a lot of the time the ARG elements or the storytelling elements of the game sometimes interfere with just the enjoyment of the gameplay and running around and hunting humans and zombies. So my question is, do you feel similarly, and are you going to work to change any of these things?
Well, to answer your first question, and I've been meaning to put something, kind of create a document of my thoughts after playing this for years. There really are tropes that get used every single game. There's really only 4 different mission types, to be honest, without breaking things up. I do plan on breaking things up a lot. I'm a big proponent of multiple objective missions. As far as the story getting away in the way of the game, I hate being railroaded. I hate being told how to play. I hate when the mission giver insists on me standing there until they are done talking. I'm not going to do that sort of stuff. If you read my application, I plan on having elements that, the mission doesn't actually end. You can keep doing this until you're finished with it. I plan on definitely changing the kind of the structure, but not in a you must do it this way type of way, making it more free. All right, and I'm done.
Excellent,
So.
thank you.